Okay, so next up we have Darren from Omnissa. Omnissa had the brainwave of hosting an event at the same day as us. So Darren has hot-footed it from there. But his presentation was at the same time as he was originally supposed to be presenting here. And as the one guy I know who owns a DeLorean, I thought he would be able to make it work. But unfortunately he couldn't. So we've delayed it, and now Darren's here to do Horizon update. Thanks, Darren.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, I'll try and keep this short because I know I've only got 10 minutes. In the last presentation I did, I talked about gremlins and step ladders, so I'll try not to get sidetracked this time. By the way, have one of you guys got a golden buzzer?
No, I think we should have.
You look like you should be like Britain's Got Talent judges.
I'm a
right.
Holden.
Right. I guess it's still morning, so good morning, everyone. I'm Darren Hirons. I'm the Manager of Solutions Engineering at Omnissa. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update on a sort of Q1 roundup. 10 minutes is nowhere near long enough, but I'm going to call out some things that I think are important. So we'll start off with Horizon. So last month we released 24.12. The main thing about 24.12 that you will notice is that we've completely rebranded it. Now, after the split from Broadcom, which happened last year, Broadcom gave us like a 6-month lead time with which we had to change all the branding. So legally, we're not allowed to use any VMware branding in any products anymore. So there was a huge piece of work, particularly with Horizon and the Horizon portfolio, to remove all the VMware branding. And anybody that's used it over the years will know that there was a lot of legacy file structure, registry structure, which all referenced VMware folders and stuff. So it was a huge engineering effort, and you can see a list of some of the stuff that changed on the side. Another thing which we had to change as a result of the split from Broadcom was the licensing. So we were still using what they called vLicense engine, which was the license engine that generated the license keys. So we were basically still using the old VMware one. We've now built our own. Don't bother reading all that, I'll summarise it. Basically, the new license keys are 6 characters longer. They will be automatically updated in everybody's portal from the 31st of March. So if you look now, you'll still see the old keys. If you go in after the 31st of March, you'll see new keys, which are slightly longer. From any release up to 24.12 or previous to 24.12, you still can use the old keys. Once you upgrade to 24.12 or any subsequent releases, it will try and force you to use the new keys. The 24.12 and 25.03 releases, which is not out yet, will allow you to use the old key for 60 days, and then it'll make you use the new key. So it gives you some time, if you haven't quite found the new key, it gives you some time to get up and running or complete your upgrade. But I thought that was important to call out. Some other stuff which has been updated, obviously we've had to rebrand some other products as well. Dynamic Environment Manager has also been rebranded, so all the old file structure and branding for VMware has been taken out of that. App volumes, again, there's a 24.12 release, and again we've had to strip out all the VMware branding from that, so you can imagine the amount of engineering effort that was involved in this. But that's all completed now. I'm just trying to think if I've taken a slide out. So one thing to call out, because I'm not sure if I've got a slide on this, is all the old releases of Horizon prior to 24.12 have been removed from our website. So if you go to download any versions of Horizon now, the only version that you will see on the website is 24.12. And again, that's for legal reasons. We're not allowed to host any files which have got VMware in them. So if you need a version that's older than 24.12, there are 2 ways to get it. The first one is to raise a support ticket. They'll share it with you. The second way is to speak to somebody at Omnissa, like an SE or your account manager, and they can share it with you. But I just wanted to call that out in case anybody needs any old versions. Oh, sorry. A few things that are worth calling out in the new release of app volumes are, I think, Sean, is it?
Yes.
You mentioned it in the last session. The integration into the Azure Marketplace for app volumes is now there, so you can now use that in relation to AVD. We've also now got a migration tool. We've added some switches to the app capture process, so you can now directly transfer AppV packages from version 5 onwards into app volumes format. And hopefully you're all aware, but App Volumes has been sort of multi-platform for quite a long time now. So all these platforms, we've got Amazon, AppStream, Workspaces, Windows, 365, Azure, Horizon and Citrix. It works on all these platforms. One of the significant changes with the 24.12 release, though, is we've now extended that to physical desktops as well. Anybody that's been in this space for quite a while and has done anything with App Volumes will probably say, hang on a minute, didn't you support physical desktops years ago? Kind of. But never. But you needed an App Volumes manager. Now, as you'll see in a second, you don't need an App Volumes manager anymore, and you can actually push out the same App Volumes packages you use on virtual desktops. You can push out exactly the same packages to physical desktops. And this is something that people have been asking us for many years now. They don't want to package twice. Nobody wants to package twice, right? So requirements to be able to do this, you obviously need the tools that you get with the device management suite. So whether you're using Intune, whether you're using Workspace ONE UEM, whether you're using SCCM, as long as you've got the ability to push a package to a machine, you've got the ability to deploy App Volumes apps. You'll obviously need some Windows machines, Windows 10 or Windows 11, and that does work on 365 as well. And you'll need a packaging device, obviously, to do the app capture in the first place if you haven't already created the packages. You'll need the App Volumes tools, that's the app capture process, to be able to capture the applications, and obviously you need to be able to manage the device. But the basic premise is that you package the application, and we've added a new feature. Up until now, we only allowed you to package in two formats. There was VMDK, if you were using Horizon on vSphere, or there was VHD if you were packaging and delivering to Azure Virtual Desktops. We've now introduced a third method, which is an MSI wrapped VHD, and this is what we're using to deliver applications to physical desktops. We now allow you to package the application, wrap it in an MSI, use something like an SCCM or an Intune or a Workspace ONE UEM to deliver that MSI to the desktop. Once that gets unpacked at the desktop, the application's immediately available. So in the same way that you sort of deliver apps with virtual desktops, we're now able to do that using the wrapped MSIs to physical desktops. A quick one on Workspace ONE UEM. You may or may not be aware, but we've been undergoing a pretty sort of serious rebuild over the last sort of 12, 18 months. What we decided to do was we started to sort of notice that we were pushing the architecture of the platform beyond what it was capable of doing. So we had these grand visions for what we wanted it to do and the sort of scale we wanted it to go up to. And we started to see that the platform was creaking. So over the last 18 months, we've been rebuilding it, and the 24.6 release, which came out in around about October, is the first release which we refer to as modern SaaS. Basically, it's a cloud-native microservices architecture, so it's a lot more scalable, and the other advantages are that we can obviously patch it and update it a lot quicker as well. So we can, the whole CI/CD cycle, we can get updates out a lot quicker by just updating individual components within the platform, rather than the old monolithic architecture where we had to patch it and take it all down and bring it back up again. So now we've got a much more robust platform, much more scalable. We think that we've improved the delivery speed by up to 10 times, so we've got some pretty good statistics about tests that we've done on that. And because we've got more scale, we can support a lot more complex workflows now as well. So you may or may not know, but we've got something called Freestyle Orchestrator, where you can do complex orchestrations on Windows machines, on Macs, and soon in this release on mobile as well. We can do really complex workflows with that now. There are a lot of new developments which have been queuing up, waiting for the ModStack release. I think last count there were over 700 new features that we were waiting to push out, which was waiting for this modern SaaS architecture upgrade to be completed. But I mean, there's stuff like Apple DDM, Windows Multi-User, Freestyle for mobile, which I've just mentioned. There's like I say, last count there was over 700 updates that were going into this product. So there's going to be a lot of features turned on over the next few weeks and months. So this is rolling out now. It started back in about October. We're currently upgrading shared SaaS environments. They are due to finish at the end of this month, and then we're going to upgrade all the managed SaaS environments. So it should be finished in the next 2 or 3 months, and then everybody should be on modern SaaS architecture, and we can start, over that time, we can start turning on all these new features. But you should notice that there are a lot of new capabilities within the platform in the next few months. I don't know what I'm doing for time. I think this is my last slide. If you don't already know, we've got a new Omnissa community. It's been going for a few months now. But scan the QR code or go to community.omnissa.com. Join the fun. Ask questions, get answers, you know, all the usual stuff. But it's a useful resource. How am I doing for time? Am I all right? Yeah? Good. If anyone's got any questions, just grab me. I'll be around for a little bit anyway. Thank you.